What's up everybody and welcome to today's video. I'm your host Phil, and in today's video we're going to take a look at STL Tones January 2022 update for the AmpHub guitar suite. So I have to say, I was really excited when I read last month that STL Tones are going to implement what they call the Meridian 65 into AmpHub. Meridian 65 is basically their take on Peavey's absolute classic amplifier, the 5150 MK1 or the 6505. They're basically the same amp. Since I'm a huge fan of the 5150 tone, I was super excited for this update, and man, I have not been disappointed. I can tell you straight away. That is a really killer update which we're having over there. As you know, or as you maybe have seen on different occasions on my channel, I play the Bugera 6262, which I modded with a resonance mod, and I know for a fact that this is very close to the 5150 MK2 sound. I shooted it out over the course of multiple years, multiple times. Our former guitar player had one of those. He actually had the MK1 as well. So I would call myself very well versed in regards of how the amplifier is supposed to sound like, and the Meridian 6505 absolutely delivers. Now, they have not only added the Meridian 65, but they also added a new overdrive pedal to the overdrive segment, which is the Sigma Delta Drive 505, which is supposed to emulate a Seymour Duncan 805, which is kind of a tube screamer based circuit, however with a 3-band equalizer. So I'm very curious on how that's going to sound, both as a booster and as an overdrive. I'll take you on the ride, and in the end of the video we're also going to compare the Bugera 6262 against AmpHub, at least to the abilities which I had over here. More on that one at the end of the video. Welcome everybody to today's video. So here we have it, the Meridian 65, STL AmpHub's major January 2022 update. Now this is obviously a copy or an emulation of the 5150 or the 6505. They're both the same amplifier, same circuitry, nothing changed between those. It has all the features and all the user interface perks and hints towards its original or its kind of grandfather, if you will. So let's explore the possibilities of this amplifier, and then we go into the drive section where STL AmpHub has also added the Sigma Delta Drive 505. Now, this channel, obviously, just like the original, has a high gain and a normal gain. The normal gain is a minus 6 dB pad compared to the high gain. Has 2 channels, and the first channel can be kind of intertwined into either a crunch or a clean channel. We also have a bright switch over here. I'm going to guide you through, I guess. Let me first deactivate this equalizer, and let me deactivate the entire pedal section. so that we can get a true opinion on the actual clean tone. I like clean always with a little bit delay and a little bit reverb on that one. Yeah, I'm going to actually drown it a little bit in that one. Sorry, folks, because my clean playing, first off, is not very good. And also, I only have a bridge pickup on this one. So this is an old vintage Seymour Duncan SH5. So there we have it. Let's back the pre-gain a little bit back, and let's first hear what it sounds like. So it's quite quiet. Let's push that post-gain a little bit. With the bright switch, you already get a little bit of that pushy tone over there. Yeah, sorry that I don't have a neck pickup over here to show you really what the clean channel is capable of, but the 5150 or 6505, I'll just go with 6505 from now on. The 6505 is not very well known for its clean channel. Yeah, so it's definitely more of a high gain tone. And let me go full gain with the clean channel. Sorry, guys. Let's back that post gain a little bit. So you already can hear that goes into, that's a gainy amp. So let me go with the crunch, and let's keep it at full gain. I think that Eddie Van Halen had his preference to I think that Eddie Van Halen had his preference to setting the gain actually always at 6. At least I read that somewhere on a YouTube video now regarding the EVH Iconic from James Brown, actually. So this should be kind of Van Halen's rhythm tone with the high gain engaged. Maybe a little less resonance, also less low and mids, and kind of pronounce that high. Sounds more into that direction of a Brown sound, not fully there. Yeah, but this monster, of course, is known for full-scale metal blasting. So let's go back with the EQs to kind of a typical setting where you would have it. The resonance and the presence, they needed a little push on this particular simulation. Not sure. I think the original was a little bit less sensitive, or you had to dial in not that much. You had to go above 5 to get something going, but not that much that you really were at 9 somewhere. That would be ear-piercing with the original, but still sounds good on this one. Let me go to the red channel, because that's where all the magic's happening. This is it straight out of the box, but with the pre-gain. Oh no, the lead is actually already set at 3 o'clock, so let's see what, no, not 3 o'clock, 3 out of 10. Now we got it. So already without a boost, it got that nice tight sound to it, typical thrash, I don't know, 90s death metal, Swedish death metal is also very good possible with this amp simulation, but I'm not so good at replicating that tone, so I'll stick to thrash. So really sounds good. I really like that tone a lot. Now, let's go into the pedal section where we got the other new addition to the January 2022 update, which is the Sigma Delta Drive 505. It's supposed to replicate a Seymour Duncan 805. I haven't tried this pedal before, so I cannot judge for how it sounds, you know, like in original, but I know from the Mizar Drive Kickass mod, which is the MXR custom badass modified overdrive, that it sounds basically very faithful to the original, and I basically heard this one first, and then I bought the original based on this one, and I was not disappointed. So, stellar modeling over there. Thanks for that, STL Tones. So, let's go straight into the 505, but used into the booster mode, you know, like the typical Tube Screamer thing, because it's kind of a derivative of a Tube Screamer circuit, and this is what it sounds like. Now, the speciality of this overdrive over here is its 3 EQ section. I will go back to the clean channel, actually. Not that I can dial in proper tones with this one, but I just want to show you the effect of the drive, the effect of the level, and so on. So let's null both of this. So as you can hear, it's a cool overdrive. You know, I can imagine easily that when using this in front of a Vox AC30 or some Vox type amplifier with an AmpHub, or maybe in front of the High Watt, which they released in December, I think that would be a kick-ass combination. However, I'm not really the right guy for these kind of tones, so we'll go straight into the metal section, back into it. Okay. Again, engaging this channel over here. Yeah, and let's just tinker a little bit around. It's just, you know, kind of a running gag. As soon as you scoop out the mid, somebody has to play And Justice for All riffs. Yeah, let's move them back in here. That's where I like them the most. So it really has that true 5150 character, and yeah, a lot of people always go with the 666 equalizing. That's how it sounds like. Very faithful to the 5150 tone, truly. So basically, you already could be calling this a day and finishing off the video, showing or showcasing what the Meridian 65 is capable of doing. However, I was curious to how this simulation lives up to the real deal, which I will just call my Bugera 6262. Reason for that is this Bugera 6262 has, unlike the stock version, the resonance mod implemented, which makes it sound fairly similar to an 5150 MK2. Our former guitar player in the band had both the MK1 and the MK2, and we shooted this Bugera out multiple times against the real deal, and we were always blown away by how similar they sounded. Like, they were nuanced differences, if at all. So, what have I prepared so far? Because we have some culprits and limitations, unfortunately, due to my technical capabilities over here. So I'm going over here into an A/B switch, this over here. So when this is set to green, I think this is the real amplifier and red is AmpHub. Yeah. So you can basically just look at that screen over there and you can see that the color is changing and you know exactly what we're up to. That then goes through this pedal board. The mid pedal is not engaged. It's set to true bypass. And this over here is the custom Baddest modified OD, which is the original of the replica, or which kind of matches the Mizar Drive Kickass mod over here. So we have that basically as a true analog comparison. Then we're going into the Bugera 6262's preamp. Unfortunately, then due to technical limitations, and I'm getting a super nasty hum over here as soon as I use my attenuator over here, I had to go out of the preamp send out into the interface. And then I'm running the signal through the Ignite amps TPA, which I'm boosting a lot with quite the depth and some presence. And I have the same cabinets engaged as on my Meridian setup. However, the only difference is that here I'm not doing any kind of high passing, and on the Meridian I have a high pass set to 100, but only on this side. That's the only difference. Let's compare how they sound like. I'll start first off with AmpHub. So red channel engaged, and let's go. It's absolutely mind-blowing how far digital modeling has actually come in the last, I would say, 10 years or something. I'm using amp modeling since I think 2009, 2008 somehow. I started out with Pod Farm 2, and boy oh boy has stuff gone insanely smoothly when it comes to, you know, the transition to the real deal. There's not really a difference in my opinion. Yeah, maybe nuanced differences. I think the Bugera 62 sounds a little bit more finer at times. However, the Meridian 65 is an MK1 emulation, while this is an MK2 clone. So yeah, there's some difference over there, of course, and it actually matches to my experience. The MK1 is a little bit raw, a little bit more, you know, more aggressive in your face, while the MK2 is a little bit more refined and a little bit more smooth. And that absolutely reflects over here from what I hear, you know, but it's always a different thing. What are you hearing on your end? What are your thoughts on this kind of comparison? Does it make sense at all? Unfortunately, I don't have the capabilities of miking up the cabinet over here right now at this moment. This will be something in the future. Got my Marshall cabinet over here, the 1960 AV, and I got an T-Bone MB75, which is quite a cool SM57 knockoff. So I'm gonna do some recordings with that soon. Yeah, that's Meridian 65, STL Tones, AmpHub's update for January 2022. A great start into the year. I'm super excited for what else is to come. I've seen pictures of their amplifier towers. You know, they have like a ton to offer and a ton which is coming up. I think the 6505 Plus is actually planned to be released at some point in time, end of the year. So very stoked for that one. And I'll do another comparison over here. What do you guys thought about this video? Did you like it? Do you share my, impressions, which I have over here? Leave a comment. Let me know. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know that my videos tend to be a little bit longer, but and I'm rambling all the time, but hope you guys are enjoying it and kind of, joining me on the ride. Okay, I'll sign off. Talk to you later. Have a great day and take care. Bye-bye.